Hi, beautiful people. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Monday. Hope everybody has a very productive and safe week. I know I was supposed to be filming this video quite a few days ago. Last week was a week, all the way from Monday right up until yesterday, Sunday, where I had to go and drop my 16-year-old off at college. I'll explain that in further detail later on. So much has been going on, especially since last week Friday, in regard to Katie Joy, which you guys, this is gonna be a long video, so grab a snack, grab your wine, grab your coffee, do whatever you need to do, even if you just gotta prop me up somewhere and go ahead and keep on doing your housework or your cooking or whatever you need to do. I will be reading out a lot of stuff, so there's nothing really to watch. Before we get into this, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Secondly, for all Katie Joy's cult members, save your time. And also, before we go any further, I am working out the details with LB, so we will be doing a live stream together where she will explain the whole screenshot situation that I did discuss in my previous video. So it's just a matter of the timing for us, and I promise you it should be within this week. I suggest that you watch the video, my previous video that I made about how Katie Joy was all up in T-Spiracy's live that she did a few days ago, and things just spiraled from there. I'm gonna try my best to go in sequence, but if I miss a few parts, forgive me. There is a lot to go through. Because at the end of the day, Katie Joy can't seem to, the way she told Charlotte to just take the L, she can't seem to take the L. You guys, we don't live in a perfect world. We never will be in a perfect world. We aren't perfect people, and there are no perfect people. And the reason I say this is because Katie Joy seems to have an issue with people having their opinions about her. If people don't like you, too bad. Keep it moving, move on. There will always be people who don't like you for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, it is up to us to not let people affect us. Because the truth is, you are your own individual. If you can accept yourself the way you are, great. Now, when it comes to Katie Joy, people, in my opinion, and I can only speak for myself, I don't hate her. I dislike her tremendously. Because of her actions, because of what she does to other people, because of how she expects other people to just accept the bullshit that she does and just roll over and not do a damn thing. Not me. Never gonna be me. Maybe Katie Joy should be a good person, or be as good as you possibly can be. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And focus on what's important and just be true to yourself. You know, it's not that hard. There is no way you can force people to like you. In my opinion, Katie Joy is a very toxic person, and most of the time she always feels entitled to disrespect, and we have witnessed this so many times on her Instagram lives, well, mainly on her all the time on her Instagram lives. And in my opinion, she is angry and feels insecure. KJ lacks emotional maturity, and this should never be tolerated or excused, period. And maybe Katie Joy should work more on herself than on a job. So like I said last week, Katie Joy was on T-Spiracy's live. She gave her a super chat of $19.99, which I still can't get over. It's like the same person that can afford a Bentley and always bragging about how much money she got in the bank, and all you can do is give a person $19.99. Okay, cheapskate. But anyway, so T-Spiracy followed up and denounced her, which I don't think she took too well to. But moving forward, T-Spiracy came on the next day, and she actually addressed All Things Sassy, in which All Things Sassy says, so let's recap. I speak to Katie one time concerning her child, and I'm the rat and ostracized. Everyone else can talk to her and joke with her, and it's all cool. Got it. So AZ address this. And long story short, they made amends. To which I think, in my personal opinion, Katie Joy got pissed. So in turn, what did Katie Joy do? Katie Joy went ahead and doxed and released personal information about All Things Sassy's husband, which I feel it's nobody's business. That's Sassy's personal business. Sassy's husband is not a public figure. He is not on YouTube, but all this, once again, was done out of malice on KJ's part. Now, let me remind you guys something about All Things Sassy. When everything was going down with how the community was disrupted by Natalie Kennett, and Natalie Kennett allegedly was going around asking for certain images of Katie Joy's son. So in turn, All Things Sassy reached out to Katie Joy. Unfortunately, she was blocked. Her next best bet was to reach out to Katie Joy's husband to let them know what was going on, how this woman was reaching out to people, asking people for images or clips of Katie Joy's son. This is what you call honorable. This is what you call the right thing to do. She acted in good conscience, commendable, and absolutely acted in good faith. And in turn, what did Katie Joy do as per usual, as she does with everybody, in my opinion, that tries to help her? And down the road, she stabs them in the back. So Katie Joy decided to release information about All Things Sassy's husband, about his criminal record, what he's facing, which I feel I'm not going to share because it's nobody else's business but Sassy's business. And once again, I'm going to tell you guys, all this is done in malice because of the mere fact that T-Spiracy shut her down because she thought that now in her head that her and T-Spiracy were BFFs. And then T-Spiracy, as I said, shut her down. Nobody wanted to celebrate with her on her so-called victory because Todd Chrisley was found guilty, so she feels she's been exonerated of everything, which that's a story for another time. Katie Joy went on all her social media platforms, and this is from her Instagram. Blurt certain things out because this is nobody else's business but Sassy's business. If you ever get a message from Opinions of Sassy or Sassy about me, please ask her about her husband, Todd. This woman has stalked and harassed me. She helped my stalker, Natalie Kennett. She actively tried to ruin my reputation and harass me by inserting herself into lawsuits. She egged on 7M and Todd Chrisley to sue me. It's really ironic, honestly. My husband has never been arrested in his entire life. He's an amazing father and loving husband. When he was laid off during the pandemic, my husband swapped places with me. He supported us through my son's gravest times. He worked for over 20 years for the phone company. Now he's a kick-ass dad that recently started his own business. He is also part of Without a Crystal Ball. When I say we at Woacb, Todd and I are a team. He's the we in we along with our amazing business manager. Sassy might want to evaluate her life before coming for one of the best investigators on YouTube. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? I'll get back to that. This is what Katie Joy does all the time. She lies. She truly does lie. This woman, as I told you guys, she even made a video about it. And Sassy, if you do watch this, please just relist or put that video up again. This woman, Sassy, she walked through the fire for doing this for Katie Joy. Let's just say that. And this is how Katie Joy repays her. She didn't have to do this. Now she's accusing All Things Sassy of helping Natalie Kennett. And she has actively tried to ruin her reputation. Katie Joy, once again, in my opinion, baby girl, you got no reputation. Your reputation is non-existent. When did she insert herself in your lawsuits? It's like, at this point, everybody, I think the world has inserted themselves in Katie Joy's lawsuits. Can't you come up with something different? Can't you stick to one suspect? But you got to keep things flowing that's going to benefit you, right, Katie Joy? And then she wants to go on and brag about her husband. Her husband that involves himself in woman's shit. Wasn't he talking about, and if I'm not mistaken, talking about women's vaginas? Did he not insert himself in the drama with Katie Joy? Did he not try to clap back at talking about Emily D. Baker? This man needs to get his balls back, take his wife off the internet for the safety of their son, and keep it moving from there, in my opinion. That's what an honest, upstanding, and decent man would do. One of the best investigators on YouTube. Seriously, Katie Joy? You convinced your audience that Josh Duggar was going to get, what, 20, 25 years? You were wrong. When this whole episode started with Josh Duggar and this whole investigation with HSI, you thought Derek Dillard was the one to open his mouth and talk to HSI about everything that's going on. You had no fucking clue, girl. You had no clue. And then it goes even further. Then she decides to put pictures of All Things Sassy. And if you know All Things Sassy, she always does voiceovers. She doesn't even have a picture of herself. And then, without a crystal ball, says, Sassy, please do not interact with this woman for my sake. She has literally done horrible things to my family. With Todd Chrisley's conviction, it's time to fully expose the people that encouraged him, gave him fake evidence, and helped him harass me. Meet Sassy. She likes to message people and warn people about me. Her husband is a criminal and a laundry list of arrests. She helped my stalker Natalie Kennett harass me. She actively tries to harm my family and promotes lies that I'm a child abuser. She says I'm obsessed with the Duggars. Her whole channel is about me. She believed that Shekinah Church wasn't doing anything wrong. She aided with Todd Chrisley and defended the Duggars. She confessed to me last year that she was participating in harassment against me. She admitted to doing awful things, promised she would stop, and went right back to it. She accused my husband of child abuse, but is married to a man convicted of certain things and being a deadbeat dad. Now, let's go back. She says that she gave fake evidence to Todd Chrisley and helped him harass her. Katie Joy. Todd Chrisley announced that he was going to sue you. People felt that this is their way of getting their redemption, okay, from your nastiness. So in turn, what did Todd Chrisley do? He felt bad for these people. So he encouraged these people to share their stories with these attorneys. And they did. So moving forward, once again, you're going to keep on going about how Sassy helped Natalie Kennett harass you. She did not do what she did for you, Katie Joy. She even removed her whole channel to prove to you and your fucking husband that she was going to start doing the right thing because she could see the magnitude, the extent people were going through to hurt you. That's what you called, and Todd Paulson, this is for you. That's what you call an honorable woman. In my opinion, your wife is far from honorable. Everything that Sassy actually reports on, 100% correct in my opinion. And let's not forget, Katie Joy, you see how everybody was calling you out for your chin. This decent, honorable woman went on her channel to talk about exactly what happened to your chin and to ask people to stop coming after you for your chin. But you failed to recognize that, right? She wasn't the only one that didn't believe Shekinah Church wasn't doing anything wrong. Why are you coming after Sassy? Because AZ shut you down and she mended things with Sassy? That says a lot. You see, when you say she confessed to you last year that she was participating in harassments against you, Sassy, and this is just my opinion, this is where I see it, Sassy realized, as I said, how far these people were going to destroy you. They were willing to create fake, false, pathetic, unbelievable things to make you out to be this bad person. So in turn, Sassy realized she doesn't want to be part of this. But you took that and turned it all around to benefit yourself. You say she accused your husband of child abuse. I don't believe you, not at all. With regard to Sassy, okay? It's not anybody's business who she chooses to be with. It's not anybody's business to judge her. And then we move on to Twitter, where Katie Joy went on a manic spree. We did not trust her. She promised she would never go back to the hate campaign against me. That's your words, hate campaign. Well, why do you think, Katie, that Sassy went back to reporting and calling out your bullshit? Maybe because you turned on her, you didn't appreciate the fact that she came to you to enlighten you, to tell you about the horrible things these people were trying to do against you. So she thought, fuck it, go back. That's the way I see it. She deleted all her videos she uploaded of my IG live. She promised she wanted to move forward. Then when I started asking her tough questions, she flipped back to the hate campaign. She also gave us information about identities of who she believed were behind various soccer accounts. Listen to what she just said. She also gave us information about identities who she believed, not that she knew, were behind the various soccer accounts. There's a huge difference. When I confronted her about her role, she blew up at me and blocked me. Then she went on a campaign to expose me. So again, this is why I don't trust people. They pretend to help only to use that as a way to continue to harass me. That's not true. You don't trust people because you yourself is not trustworthy, in my opinion. Now, in the interim of all this with Sassy on Twitter, she decides to dox another person. And you guys know Tina, I'll cut you. She actually doxed her, and she says, in the beginning of November 2021, my attorneys negotiated with Tina's attorneys to drop the TRO. She agreed through her attorney not to speak about me. She was also told that if she spoke about me or engaged in any discussion of me online, I could refile. Tina asked me to sign an NDA first. She wanted the same deal I had with the previous creator. I declined the NDA because I continued to be swatted and harassed during this period. The agreement was, and she understood, that engaging in any discussions about me meant I could refile. Now, first of all, again, malice. She had no right to reveal Tina's last name. But because she doesn't like Tina, because Tina is still going on and defending herself against Katie Joy, she has a problem. So at this point, I think Katie Joy felt like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just out everybody while I'm in this mood. Look what Katie Joy does. She silences people through the courts, through TROs. The last time I knew she was swatted, or I wish you could see me with air quotes swatted, she was swatted once. Now she says that she was swatted so many times. She continued to be swatted. Really? Then she goes back to Sassy. Sassy told me that they had alerts set to my Instagram for when I went live. So what, Katie Joy? People want to call out your bullshit. You are as entertaining as fuck when you do tangents on your Instagram live, when you're telling the certain person, Luca, you want to fight me, or you're telling people to fuck off. It's hilarious. It truly is hilarious. Then in the Discord, they would coordinate what to do in my live chat to get me to react. She said their goal was to make me get upset. They would pose as followers to set me off. Wow. I will never understand why Sassy gave me all this information and then ran directly back to these people and participated in the behavior after she admitted to me that what she was doing was wrong, that she crossed the lines, and that she was very remorseful for the harassment. So this is the part where I went and dug up, in my opinion, information on Sassy's family. She says, y'all, just got an email that someone that has harassed me to the anti-KJ world has a husband that is a person that has sat on a throne criticizing my every move for over a year. Oh my gosh. The husband is on active parole. While you sit there and go after me and try to ruin my life, I hope you weren't your husband's victim, because you don't deserve that shit. Real men don't. That is so fucked up. That is so passive aggressive. That is all the way wrong, Katie Joy. There's something wrong with you. You've called my husband's names, ridiculed him, and sat back and accused him of abuse. Fuck no. Fuck no to you. If nobody takes action, if nobody does anything about this in regard to Katie Joy, there's a huge problem. This is wrong on so many fucking levels. I don't know Sassy personally. I don't need to know her personally. This is fucked up. This is wrong. Katie Joy is not perfect. She never will be perfect. She is such a disgusting, vile human being. Your husband has kids that he doesn't support, and you have the audacity to criticize my husband. I got shit by everyone today because of what? Because you are hiding your bullshit husband while coming for mine. Or you meant while coming for mine. What the fuck has Sassy's husband got to do with your bullshit, Katie Joy? With what you going through, Katie Joy? You are the vile piece of shit around here. You guys, I can't. I truly can't. This is just not right. Absolutely not. Then she goes along and she says, what's it like to be married to a... I don't like to put this out there. This truly does sadden me. Can you imagine what Sassy is going through? Sassy, you just deleted a post off your Facebook. You know, the one where you praise your meticulous husband that is sent from God. The one that has 7 mugshots and a rest of and continues to name everything. I myself at this point am so angry for Sassy. This saddens me for Sassy. This breaks my heart for her. Why is Katie Joy being allowed to do such vile things like this? Is this the way Katie Joy gets people to stop talking about her? And to me it seems as though she has succeeded, because Sassy has deleted every video off her channel. How is this not bullying? How is this not cyberbullying? How is this not harassment? Calling Sassy out for harassment, threats, intimidation, and borderline illegal conduct is my right. I'm tired of her trying to harm my family and my subscribers. You don't have to like me. I draw the line at what Sassy was doing to me. I draw the line if nobody does a damn thing about this, what Katie Joy is doing to other people. The next person she moves on to is Llama Girl. Llama Girl has gone out of her way to post comments from my family. My parents, my brother are not public figures, and there is no need to even follow them. They are no part of my channel. Llama has contacted my sponsors. She harassed my followers and doxed my family. Not okay. You see, every bit of that post is false. This has been discussed previously, where Katie Joy, that claims to be the best investigator on YouTube, is the fakest investigator on YouTube. Because Llama Girl has never, ever posted comments from her family. And she's quick to say now, when it comes to her family, she's quick to say that they're not part of her channel. They're not public figures. Katie Joy, was Sassy's husband part of her channel? Is Sassy's husband a fucking public figure? No, definitely not. Fuck that. Next one we move on to Charlotte on the web. Since Charlotte has pulled every legal record of mine, I think it's fair for me to share that she is on supervised probation until 2023 for felony flagrant non-support of a child. Her probation was nearly revoked for failure to pay. She frequently accuses me of child neglect. Now you see all this and what she did to Charlotte. Again, malicious. Nobody's perfect. Now you guys, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, right is right. As I've said to you, Charlotte on the web is not my cup of tea, but there's no way in hell I'm going to let this go, because what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Okay? Charlotte on the web may not be perfect, but it was not Katie Joy's place to put this on her fucking Twitter, because Charlotte on the web didn't want to roll over and just accept things and be there for her and keep taking up for her. And then her last tweet was, and obviously she got a whole lot of backlash for doxing these people and doing all this kind of shit. She says, so why is it when someone reports on my lawsuits, it's not a dox? But it is a dox when I report on their channel, charges and convictions. It's literally the same thing. So either everyone is reporting or everyone is doxing. But it's not just me. You are fucking insane, woman. You are insane. First of all, Sassy's husband is not a public figure. He's not part of a channel. I've never heard her discuss him. So why the fuck did you go and search him out? And I don't for 1 second believe that somebody emailed you about Sassy's husband. That's what you do, Katie Joy. You sit in that room and you investigate everyone too. That's just my opinion. So your lawsuits, okay, your lawsuits are with public figures, huge public figures. To Sassy, if you do see this video, I am so sorry you had to go through this. I can't even imagine the harassment you have been through. But I ask of you, Sassy, to please do not let this woman win. Go back to what you were doing. You were doing an awesome job. Do not let her win. Do not bend to her bullying. Please go back and put all your videos up. Ignore the ignorant people out there. We should not be judging you for who you with, who you love, who you support. That's your business. What Katie Joy has done to you is fucked up. But she will get hers. It's only the way life works. Charlotte, I've mentioned this how many times. I have no ill feelings against you. Nobody's perfect. You are the only one that has to deal with your demons. But the only thing right now I can say is I am sorry that this had to come out this way. Laura McGill, you are absolutely the most amazing person. I understand fully why you do what you do in regard to Katie Joy. And in my opinion, you are 100% valid. Do not let this woman affect you. Do not let her steal your joy. Because Katie Joy herself knows, in my opinion, that she cannot stand the heat. Whenever things seem to be going against her favor, she tends to run after and get dirt on other people to take the heat away from her. But that doesn't last long. Tina, keep standing up for yourself. There's only so much a person can take and a person can do. And I truly wish there was somebody out there, somebody in the legal field, that can actually help people that KJ goes after, to silence them with these TROs and all that stuff. And for her to sit on a high chair recliner, and bear in mind, you guys, as she says, her team is her husband, her business manager, and to my knowledge, I'm assuming, as her lawyer, and it's her. So there's no more production team. It's just a team of 3. See how the truth always comes out? She had this whole production team. So the production team consists of her husband, Todd, who has to look after her son, who has to always be watching what people are saying about her online, because he seems to be in a lot of people's comment section. I apologize, you guys. I have been going on and on and on, but I just wanted to cover everything that was important. Katie Joy, and this is just my opinion, this is the way I see it. She's toxic, problematic. She's a very envious and jealous person. She's lonely, polarizing, and would do anything. I can go on and on and on and talk about. I can't even think of anything positive to say about her. And I'm not that type of person. And it's not to say I'm being malicious in any way. KJ has not changed. Not one bit. As I said to you guys, I found her through the Micah Stafford situation. But there were just certain things. I always give people a second chance. Always. And as time went by, I still went back and checked on a few things that I ended up in one of her lives one day. And this woman was so heartless. She was, I can't even explain it, but she was going after Nick Snyder because, little backstory, apparently he took a clip of hers from the Tati story that she broke and he wouldn't credit her. So she went ballistic on him and called him certain names, which was totally unacceptable. That's how I learned about Nick Snyder, and that's how I learned how vicious and vile this woman is. She will do anything in her power to bring those down that cross her. 2 years ago, from when I started reporting on Katie Joy, I saw this, and it is still going on. And the latest victim is All Things Sassy. Because let's be clear one more time, you guys. Sassy's husband may not be the perfect person, the best person, but he's not a public figure. She's never ever, to my knowledge, has ever spoken about him. Who the fuck is Katie Joy to bring all this about? Which good person would do something like this? Would put a person's life in harm's way? No normal good person would do that. She definitely cannot and will not play nice. If you've noticed with her, if you don't play by her rules, or you don't say what she needs to hear, she's gonna bury you. She's gonna find something on you. And what does that remind you of? A person that has zero security within themselves, that are so insecure that they got to dig up dirt on other people to make themselves look good. Isn't that sad? Katie Joy had problems and interactions and drama with everybody and their mother. She's had problems from small YouTubers all the way up to larger creators. And you know what? The only person that I've come across that has truly apologized for reporting on Katie Joy is Truth Sleuth. And look what she did to her. Even to the point that Truth Sleuth apologized to her. She still took that apology from Truth Sleuth and threw it right back in her face. So that is what you call a no-win situation. Everybody is after her. Does she ever realize why? Does she ever realize to the point of there's got to be something going on? Because nobody's jealous of her. Nobody's jealous of her success, to my knowledge. And don't get me wrong, you do get the certain people that will go overboard and do the wrong things. And to those people, you know, I can't tell you what to do. But Katie Joy is going to get her day. And she is herself digging her own grave, in my opinion. So let the chips fall where they may. Because she can't carry on like this all the time. But the outcomes are always the same with Katie Joy. But what is definitely not okay is what she has done to All Things Sassy, Charlotte, Tina. And you guys may not like these people, but put your feelings aside and take into account what's wrong is wrong. And like I've said before, you guys, you know, she's so thirsty for attention. She is so thirsty just to be on top, to be number one. And I've said this to you guys umpteen times. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And clearly, in my opinion, she definitely doesn't have it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your time. I know this was a long one. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Have a fantastic week, you guys, and a safe one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.